they can form a psychic link by which the pranic transference, energy transference can take place. The psychic bridge can be established and the things can start. But again, that is a different topic which I don't want to introduce. Because all these topics I can give hours lecture and it's of no use. We have to go again to a further. So this is the third: physical body, astral body. Now we have come to pranic body. Now followed by that is instinctive mind. The very topic will be dilated for a long time. I don't know whether should I take it here or not, but let us see. Now I am going to deliberate on this topic in a very different light. Even in our Brahma Vidya classes, we just see that there is a conscious mind, subconscious mind. On that basis I go, because that is from the point of view of those chapters. Yogic does not think in this conscious and subconscious mind. Just try to understand. And I will convince you, even those doctors who are sitting here, that they will be with me at the end when I will expose this topic from the yogic angle. Yogic angle is altogether different. Next to the pranic field of expression, vehicle of expression, is a mental field wherein the mentation is drawn in the spaces. Now, this mentation plane has appeared in its incipient stages even in inanimate objects such as crystals. Slight mentation is there. Little better than that in the plants. And plants have got mentation is a proved fact. I will just give 2-3 experiments. Now, scientists have come to the conclusion that plants have emotions, they have got feelings. Certain conducive effects, they vibrate in a different way. And only 2 experiments I will just show. In America, there was a lady who used to love the plant which she has kept in her house. This lady, whenever she used to travel, she used to have great fear that I am going to die because this plane is going to come down. Taking this as a hint, in order to see as to whether from an individual to a plant, psychic nexus is established, and that is can only be established if there is mentation there, mind there in the plant. They kept all the instrument ready with the attachment to the plant when the lady was to go to travel by plane. Everything was kept ready, and suddenly the plant started showing the disturbance by electric waves. Exactly this was the time the lady was going in the plane and she started fear. Mind well, since she was loving the plant as if her child, the disturbance carried that far. That far. It happens in human being also. If your dear and near is in trouble, you get it. But many times you are not taking it. Many times you feel why you are disturbed. The disturbance comes from the other field. Again, that is a different field. I'm just coming on a stage of mentation here. Scientists have seen that the disturbance to a lady who is loving the plant carried to the plant few miles ahead. The other experiment which was carried out was a plant was kept in a room and one person was given the job, assigned job to cause injury to the plant and then ask them to get out of it, get out of the room. Again, after that, instruments were all applied to the plant and 5 other persons one by one were sent. There was no signal from the plant. 6th person, the person who injured the plant, was brought inside. Plant started the reaction. That was the resentment. Because you can't understand that. Plant started sending the resentment. That means mentation is there. Mentation is there. Now the things are, even scientists have also are accepting the theory of yogic phenomenon. Really speaking, slightest form of mentation or consciousness is always there in an inanimate object. And that I know because I have quoted this, but again I will quote. Uri Geller in 1974, 23rd June, carried out experiments on a television camera, wherein by a power from the eyes, he used to bend the forks. All the scientific persons of the London University were around whether there is any cheating or not. In few minutes, the forks were bent. Not only bent there, television camera were showing televisions, and it was all seen by the persons who were in London. One of our friend who attended 3 years back was also there, and this phenomenon happened in his house. I forgot his name. Mr. Bhandarkar's friend, he came from London, architect. Huh? Malvankar. So he was taking his khana in his house, and at the same time his spoon also bent. So the power was transmitted to the television, and then the scientist stated that there is all probability that consciousness still exists in the inner formation of inanimate object. Consciousness is there. Otherwise, how can you produce that effect? But apart from that, remember this, that in a plant, this mentation, we will just take it because now from the point of view of life science we are now coming. Mentation is there in the plant, in the lower animals, they form group. There is not consciousness, it is in the form of a sensation. It is only form of a sensation. This mentation, which is there, take it up to a level of man, is at a stage of an instinct. And yogis say that the dawn of the mind in the evolutionary force is only by instinctive mind. First came instinctive mind. Really they say everything is there in the atom itself, element itself, on the metal itself. But in the living form, the first mentation came instinctive mind. It is the instinctive mind started developing in a very small, in a small cell, looking after the cell, then forming the group cell, and like this it started developing, come to a human being. To the extent of human being, this particular aspect was only governed by instinctive mind. And therefore now we have to understand little bit as to what is instinctive mind. According to me, time will be short because I will keep it half. What should I do? No, continue. It will be till 1:30. It is not because I don't want to keep half in between. I will, because in the evening then I can carry out. But it is like half. This meditation is and this I want you to understand because most of your life is connected with it. That's why I want to dilate this topic from every angle so that you get a clear picture of it. Then we go to an intellect and spiritual mind and spirit.
You will meet in the evening or evening.
Afternoons by 4:30 I will start.
Yes.
Because that I don't want any break in between.
By 4 o'clock? By 4?
4:30. 4:30 to 6. Or 6:15 I will just clear this meditation. Correct. Because half will be again I will have to repeat everything. You will get lose the grip of it. Because most of the important aspect is this meditation now. If you understand the meditation, you can control the meditation. If you control the meditation, you can have the successful life. That's why this is a very topic which I have to deal in a very nice way. It may take 2 hours, but I will take in the afternoon continuously. In the morning we commenced discussion on the topic eternal life and how death is a prelude to new and fresh life. And in order to understand the said topics in the right perspective, I have just told you that yogic philosophy believes that it is the spirit within the soul which is man. It's not outside. Second, this spirit within the soul expresses itself on 7 planes. And those planes we started discussing. First is body. And I have explained to you what is death of body. What happens, what is the purpose of body, and when this body becomes useless for the expression of spirit, it is thrown out. As we throw away our old apparels, our old clothes. Remember one thing, when you constantly tries to bring this idea in the mind that I am not body, I am that spirit within. A stage comes when you understand these things in the right perspective, and it is then easier for you to understand all the Indian philosophy. Otherwise you will never understand the Indian philosophy. You will always lead to a perversion. Therefore, we have just seen the basic principle of yogic philosophy is spirit within you intends to express, and expression starts at 7 different phases. There are 7 planes. One is body, physical body. Second is the astral body, which is the counterpart. And I told you how it is useful in yogic phenomenon in this world. And when the things are going to take, this mind body is going to, your whole spirit is going to be thrown out of the body, how that body is used as a vehicle to go to the astral world. Then we have seen the pranic energy, pran, how that vehicle is being used by the spirit for expressing itself in the terrestrial life. And then we brush upon meditation, dawn of meditation. Now I cut short that topic because I felt there were little question marks on your face, and the time was short that I could not finish the topic, and therefore I said it is better to take the topic at the time when I can completely take the topic of instinctive mind and intellect. Now, to understand this, before brushing upon this subject, just try to understand the basic philosophy of yogi. As per our yogic science, originally everything is Parabrahma. that is God. And believe it, as per our ancient science, God is not in the temple. Believe it. God only described as omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence. Nothing more than that, because God is the entity which is the totality. It cannot be conceptualized. One which is infinity, one which is beyond time, cannot be conceptualized. Because conceptualized comes only to a human being when it is between time and space. When neither time and space is there, you cannot conceptualize anything. Infinity cannot be conceptualized. They have only described it. What is God? Omniscience, omnipresence, omnipotence. Now this God, omniscience, omnipotence and omnipresence, had a thought in his mind. Now as per our science, totality is mind, the whole universe. Now at present, the scientists have up to this time seen the star which are 10,000 years, light years away from the earth. You can just imagine, means by a speed of a light 1,86,000 miles per hour. If you go from today, you will reach after 10,000 years. Such is the length which they could now perceive. See the totality, how fantastic it is. We call this earth as a very big planet. In the galaxy where the sun system is there, there are 645 million planets like earth in this galaxy, and there are thousands of galaxies, lakhs of galaxies like this. You can just see it's a very vast thing. So God cannot be conceptualized, but our Shias also said it cannot be conceptualized, and they said this totality, this God as a totality has a mind, and they used to call it Hiranyagarbha. What is called? Hiranyagarbha. Now, I have told you, since you are also a replica of God, there is a creative intelligence within. Every thought has a tendency to realize itself. You all know that. Now, when the God, totality, had a thought, it is bound to realize. And to realize that thought, lot of magnetic vibrations have started. Out of these forces, these magnetic forces, this is Shakti. Shakti is the power, magnetic power, which everything started. Out of that, the electrons have come, protons have come, atoms have come, molecules have formed, matters have formed. Like that the thing has happened, and then the life has taken place. Now here there is a divergence between the Western science and our science. Western science, according to Western science, the whole world, universe, is out of a Big Bang theory. There was a very big explosion, out of which things started moving, and today also this structure starts moving. The stars are moving away and away and away to towards the infinity. And thereafter, they again say there is an intensified magnetic field, same thing, which has developed into energy, which has developed into matter, and matter gave rise to mind. That is Western philosophy, quantum theory. Now the science has also come to the recently in 1990 that quantum theory to that extent is wrong. As per our science, mind first, followed by the matter. Keep this thing only in the mind, and now I will convince you as we go ahead. Now this out of Parabrahma, when the God felt that he wanted to be a multitude, the things started moving separately. Ultimately, atom, everything started, energy started, atom started, inanimate object came, that is inorganic chemicals came, out of inorganic, organic chemicals came further, and out of organic chemicals, because of certain electrical discharge which used to take place in a particular atmosphere of methane and all these things, they are generated organic elements, and out of that organic elements, DNA and RNA which developed out of which the life started as we see in this world. Now, a proof of this started in the year 1952 and 1955 more so, when they produced the live DNA in the test tube by electrical discharge and all these things. Therefore, now just see what has happened. Parabrahma, mind. Now mind is a totality's mind. Totality's mind wanted to be separate, and therefore segregation started. And that mind for Sankalpa of God, that is totality, to remain, to enjoy the individual independence. Just try to understand. For that, from that onwards, evolution started. Just try to understand. Evolution is not a concept which is unknown to our Sanskruti. Remember, only difficulty is at that time, means of communications were not good. They were not in a position to write it properly because everything used to go by only mouth to mouth. You just see avtaras. If you just see these avtaras, Matsya, life started in the water. Katsya, semi-aquatic, that is from ocean to earth. Varaha, elongated animal. You just see your science and this science. Matsya, Katsya, Varaha, Narsimha, transmutation, animal and man. Just see that. Next is Vamana, dwarf man came. Then man with valor, Rama, Parshurama. Then little Sanskritic, that is cultural, Rama. Further cultural, Krishna. Now just see, this is, if you just see, it is not coincidental that all these things have come like that. According to me, they knew that there was an evolution, and Avtara represents a person at that particular level of the ladder of the evolution.